The Ohio State Buckeyes won the toss, deferred choice until the start of the third quarter. Minnesota thus elected to receive to begin the game. Amaro will boot it off. Chris Gators is way back inside his 5-yard line for Minnesota, one of the nation's leading kickoff returners. And Amaro tries to kick it away from him and does so out of bounds inside the 5. And he'll boot to a trio of Gophers. Gators is in the middle. And he has it at the 9. And away we go. Gators to the 30. Schaffner's hometown was Westchester in the Buckeye State. And he looks to throw on the opening play out of bounds into the Minnesota bench.
Craig Henderson, Mark Drubchek, Chris Tone, J.J. Lennon, and Dan Limata. The receivers, Shane Strain, Pat Tinglehoff, Chris Gators. And the offensive backfield for Minnesota, Scott Schaffner, quarterback, Darrell Thompson, and Patrick Cummings at fullback.
Schaffner just a 43% thrower on the season. And this is Darrell Thompson. He's got a seam, and he spurts to the 37. For the Buckeyes defensively along the line of scrimmage, Sreko Zizakovic, Pat Thomas, and Rich Frimmel. Your linebackers are Tom Lease, Judah Herman, Derek Eiseman, and Alonzo Spellman. And in the secondary, Vincent Clark and David Brown at the corners. Zach Dumas and Mark Pellini man the safeties. Possession down for Schaffner and the Gophers. 3rd and a little over 2. Minnesota must get to the 40 for a first down. This is Thompson. He is stood up behind the line. Herbal averaging 38.7 per kick. Gets it away. It's going to hit short of Graham. It touched the Buckeye. It might be Minnesota ball. It is. The line of scrimmage for the Gophers inside the 29 of Ohio State. Thompson trying to sweep right in. Nothing doing.
They've tackled him behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9. Schaffner still has it. Flips it in the left flat. Complete at the 17.
Great football program over the years, and he's the main man for the Gophers.
Schaffner rolling right this time. Perhaps wanted to screen left. Keeps it. Slips down the sideline to about the 13. An advance of 4. 2nd and at least 6. Sprint draw to Thompson. Breaks the tackle. He might go. Bounces it to the outside. Touchdown.
Touchdown run.
Oh, he sure did. Berglund prepares to tack on the point. He does. And with 12 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's Minnesota 7 and Ohio State nothing. Dante Lee and Carlos Snow back at the 5-yard line for Ohio State. This is Carlos from outside the 5, drops it, scoots back out across the 30. He's got an avenue to midfield. Line of scrimmage, the 49.5 of Minnesota. This is Carlos sneaking ahead for about 3 yards. 2nd down and about 7 for the Buckeyes. Play action. Fry in the right flat wide of Snow.
Moxley, Carl Coles, Dan Beatty, Jeff Davidson, and Joe Stasiak. The receivers today, Jim Palmy, Greg Beatty, and Jeff Graham. And in the Buckeye backfield, Greg Fry at quarterback, Carlos Snow and Scott Graham are the running backs.
Movement along the line of scrimmage. It may have been detected. In fact, it was.
That's forward just a fraction before.
3rd and 12 from the 49 of Ohio State for the Buckeyes, who show split backs and will pass from the formation. Run gets.
Greg Fry for a big loss.
Here's Bowman's kick. And it's a lofty one for Gators at the 25. Tricks a couple Buckeyes and drives across the 30. Line of scrimmage for Minnesota, its own 31. This is Thompson being piled up across the 32 at the 33. The fullback is offset to the left of Schaffner. Play action, good pressure, cross-field pass, a dangerous one, sails out of bounds. He is really coming around. 3rd down and 8 for the Gophers. Schaffner, short drop, quick pass to the 40. Is it caught? It's held on.
Receiver did not quite get deep enough.
Graham at his 25 to take the punt from Herbal, which is away. Fair catch by Graham is made. Line of scrimmage, the 21 for the Buckeyes. Carlos Snow picks his spot, blasts out to about the 30. Split backs this time. Scotty Graham gets the call. He pounds for a yard. Along the line of scrimmage, the Gophers have Eddie Miles, Bob Coughlin, Mike Sunvold, and Anthony Bryant. Your linebackers are Ron Getz, Joel Statz, and Max Stevens. In the secondary, Fred Foggy, Frank Jackson, Sean Lumpkin, and Andre Thaddeus. Fred Foggy, who plays in the secondary for the Gophers, is the cousin of the former fine Minnesota quarterback. 3rd down and 1. Possession play. Carlos Snow gets the nod, and he slithered ahead for a first down from just short of the 33. 1st and 10, Ohio State. Play action. Fry loses it. Minnesota ball. Coughlin, number 51. Eddie Miles, number 28. Not real big for a defensive end, but he flashed through and forced the fumble as Darrell Thompson
Really had a chance on that one. He was under pressure right away.
Thompson again shoots ahead to the 9. Goal to go from the 9. First down. This is Thompson. Outside right tackle surging to the 4. On Thompson, who's now carried for 40 yards. Gophers burrow ahead for a couple.
Overall, and they're making some noises right now.
Trying to add to a 7-0 lead, but Thompson is slowed down behind the line. Interesting decision. 4th and goal for the Gophers. They disdain the field goal, and it's a quarterback draw. Touchdown! There is a penalty marker down. A flag was thrown. Let's see what it's all about. Holding against the Gophers negates the score. Brent Berglund, he is 6 for 7 in the field goal department this year. It'll be placed at the 20. And he kicks it from right to left, and it's on the money. 4 minutes and 17 seconds remain in the first period, and Minnesota leads Ohio State now 10-0 as the Buckeyes from Brent Berglund. And the return is on by Snow, who scampers back out across the 35, across the 50. He's on the loose. Carlos Snow inside the 30. He is bumped out of bounds around the 10 or 9 yard line. I mentioned that the kickoff man was Berglund from Minnesota. It was pipe corn. It was a rather short kick to about the 10. James Bryant is stood up at the 9. 2nd and goal from the 9. Looking pass, it is out of the hands of the receiver at the back edge of the end zone. 3rd and goal from the 9. An audible by Greg Fry. Uh-oh, this could be a touchdown. Sean Lumpkin all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Gophers. And he nails it. 3 minutes, 7 seconds left, first quarter. Minnesota romping to a 17-0 lead. And the Buckeyes have now lost on the season 12 fumbles. Ohio State, after having trouble picking up the pigskin. So following the kick by Pipe Corn, Bucks start from just short of their 28. And Snow is caught behind the line by Eddie Miles. 2.5 minutes to go, first quarter. 17-0 Minnesota. Split back, 2nd down and 17 to go following the loss of 7. Snow trying to sweep right in. Gets outside for nearly what the Bucks lost. Who set up in a passing formation. Fry under pressure, delivers short to Bryant, breaks a tackle to the 31. Not enough for a first down.
Rely on the pass, and Minnesota is pressuring Greg Fry tremendously.
Here's the kick by Bowman to Gators on the run at the 39. Eludes a couple of Buckeyes and skips to the 42 as Markel Fleetwood enters the game at quarterback and places Scott Schaffner. And this is Daryl Thompson barreling across the 45.
Football game.
Gophers run it right up the middle. So we've come to the close of the opening stanza here at the Metrodome. Minnesota leads Ohio State 17-zip. We'll return with more Ohio State football in a moment. Here in the second period for the Gophers. 3rd and 2 coming from the 50. Fleetwood keeps, breaks a tackle or two. Clark wraps him up at the 49. Kerbal back inside his 40, takes the long snap. Trying to angle it for the Coffin corner. Graham signals fair catch, grabs it just beyond the 10. I'm sure he'd like to see a little greater intensity out of his Buckeyes, Paul.
No doubt about that.
Minnesota has begun this game with tremendous intensity as James Bryant slashes out across the 15 to the 16 where he's rolled down. Scotty Graham and James Bryant behind the Ohio State quarterback. 2nd and 5. Bryant again looks for an avenue, jaunts out to the 22. Line of scrimmage, the 27 of Ohio State. 1st and 10. Scotty Graham gets the nod, and he's rolled up. Again, Graham and Bryant behind Fry. James Bryant is covered up. Manages to stretch to the 30. Buckeyes need a big 7 on 3rd down. Beatty split to the left. Pass in the left flat, no good.
On the catch, even if he would have made the reception.
Bowman's boot is a low one, which drives Gators back to about the 20. He's hemmed in. Neat tackle. 1st and 10 for Minnesota. Schaffner has returned as quarterback as Rem.
And Rick Meyer, who's also been a backup.
Tony Clausen is in for Ohio State at an inside linebacking post. A quick out and a burst of speed. And it's against the Buckeyes. Schaffner has returned at the QB. This is Rem springing it to the outside, blasting to about the 27 of Ohio State. An advance of 9, 2nd and 1 from inside the 29. Schaffner still has it, looks down the left side. It's a touchdown for Rem. Berglund on the point after. And he's right down Main Street with it. And the Gophers lead mounts to 24-0. 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. Hopewell on the other side of the field. And Pipecorn dribbles it down inside the 30. Buckeyes return it out to about the 35. Buckeyes had 10 men within several yards of the line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball.
Ohio State playing run all the way.
Fry keeping it, dashing across the 40. 2 receivers split to the right of Fry. Graham and Stabline. Carlos skips outside left tackle for just a couple. A possession down for the Buckeyes. 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage the 43. Cook in the slot on the right. Play action. Fry sprinting. Heading for the first down stake. He's got it, I believe. 8 minutes, 12 seconds to go, second quarter. Graham in motion. Fry rolling that direction. It's tipped, intercepted. Joel Statt. A flood of turnovers has hit Ohio State today as the Gophers pounded outside right tackle.
Legal procedure, offense.
That 68 Buckeye team, which was a good one. National championship squad. Schaffner on a long rollout. Just goes ahead and makes him mad.
Knowing exactly what he wants to do with the football.
Schaffner with time now decides to keep it. Cook bounced him out of bounds.
Off the scoreboard in this series.
An important third down play for the Gophers. Schaffner wants to throw for 6 yards. Good pressure. Passes away in the flat to Thompson. He's got a first down at the 33. First and 10 for Minnesota from the 32.5 of Ohio State. 6:23 to go, second quarter. This is Thompson bouncing it to the outside, sprinting for about 3 or 4 more yards, which has blitzed the Bucks 24-0 in a quarter and a half. Thompson again plows to the 21. First and 10, line of scrimmage the 21 of Ohio State. Thompson again springs it to the left, turns the corner. He's got 10 more, another first down. Well, if the Buckeyes did get a break, it's that Thompson went out at the 10. First and goal from the 10-yard line. Schaffner decides to hold on to it. Gets to maybe the 7.
And had to play the blocker to get to Schaffner.
This is Thompson driving to the 5. Third and goal from the 5. 2 receivers split wide to Schaffner's left. It's a quick look in. Touchdown! The first touchdown reception of the year for Zanesville, Ohio's Chris Gators. Extra point try by Berglund is good. And who would have thought it? With 4 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the second quarter, Minnesota is routing Ohio State to the tune of 31-0. Well, I think you can attribute Ohio State's first 2 road losses of this season to quality opponents.
Well, one thing you don't do as a defensive back, when you don't have that much territory to cover, we'll get back to that in a moment.
Dante Lee goes back into the end zone. Ohio State possession, only 4:29 left, second quarter. Fry to throw to Jeff Graham. He was belted at the sideline at 2nd and 10. This is Carlos Snow. No room for Carlos, who's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Bobby Olive is checked in for the Buckeyes. He is split along with Graham. On 3rd and 10, Fry over the middle, low for Graham at the 35. Good throw. And the Buckeyes must give the ball back to Minnesota, which came with a hard rush at Bowman, who got the kick away. Gators inside his 35. Drives to the 41. Penalty marker down at midfield.
Illegal participation, defense.
Or illegal participation. It was against Minnesota for having an extra man on the field, and that gives the Buckeyes a first down and 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the half. Fry arching it for Graham on the run. Inside the 30, a penalty marker is thrown.
To come back for the football, and inside.
Buckeyes ball at midfield. Carlos Snow pounds to the 43.
Carlos Snow to pick up valuable yardage.
Carlos again powers for a first down outside the 35. Give Ohio State a first down at the 37. Open receiver is Olive to the 7. First and goal for Ohio State. Under 2 minutes to go, second quarter. Plenty of time. Carlos Snow looks for a hole and pops it to the 3. Cook in motion. Pitches to Snow. Trying to probe left end. Surges to the 1. Third down, goal to go from the 1. Buckeyes certainly in 4-down territory, trailing 31-0. This is Carlos Snow driven back. But under 20 seconds to go in the half. 4th and goal from outside the 1. Carlos looking for a seam. He makes it. Carlos Snow plows into the end zone. Buckeyes are on the board 31-6. And hopefully, Paul, will be able to look back 2 quarters from now and say that this late second quarter touchdown.
Well, no question, Jack. Now the Buckeyes going for 2.
Good blocking by Mike Curry on that last play as Ohio State tries to tack on 2 more points, disdaining the kick. Fry wants to throw. Open receiver Graham. He's got it. And the 2-point try after the touchdown is good. as Fry shoots it to Graham in the flat, and it's now 31-8 with 10 seconds remaining in 31-8. Buckeyes bounce the kickoff down to Gators, who takes it on the run at the 20, trying to skirt the Bucks as tied up in knots at the 30.
Very, very important.
Last play of the second quarter. Thompson blasts ahead for a few yards as the clock winds down. That's it. And the Metrodome crowd celebrates. Minnesota leads Ohio State after 2 periods by a score of 31-8. We'll return with more Ohio State football in a moment. Kramer with Paul Warfield, and we're underway. Aaron Pipecorn kicks a sailor down to Dante Lee inside the 10. Lee sprints back upfield. 31-8. Minnesota leads it by 23. Buckeyes possession to start the second half. Carlos Snow is dropped right in his tracks. 2nd and 9 from the 28-yard stripe. Olive in motion. Play action. Open receiver is Graham across the 40, beyond the 45 on the tackle. And it's against Ohio State. 2nd and 14 now. Line of scrimmage back at the 23. Play action once more. Fry was popped as he delivers in the flat to Palmer. 3rd down and 1 as the pass play to Palmer came up just 3 feet short. Fry upended as he garners first down yardage.
But also be conscious of the clock, too.
Carlos Snow breaks the tackle. Another knifes into the secondary. A 2nd and 2 from their own 46. We're a little over 2.5 minutes into the 3rd period. Ohio State down 31-8. Fry wants to pass on 2nd and short. Arching it for Graham. He's got it. He ran out of real estate. 1st and 10 on the Minnesota 25. This is Snow sweeping right in, cuts it back, slices to about the 17 on 2nd down and 3. Now from the I, the Buckeyes attack. Sprint out by Fry, shoots it for Graham. He's got it inside the 10 that Graham would get, and he beat it on that play. 1st and goal from the 9. Snow stumbles to the 8. He spends a lot of time in the opponent's backfield, that's for sure. Fry on a late pitch to Carlos. He's in trouble. Tries to turn the corner, gets maybe a yard. That's it. Graham in motion. Fry wants to go that direction, gets rid of it off the hands at the 2-yard line of Palmer. This would be a field goal attempt of 25 yards, and it's good. So Omoro, who hadn't made a field goal in a month, having gone 3 games without a successful kick, splits the uprights on this one. And Ohio State trails 31-11 with 10:04 left in the 3rd quarter. To the native Ohioan, Gators at the 3. And he stretches it out to the 21.
Trying to get him to move 3 and out.
Gators in motion. Schaffer, the quarterback. Thompson right up the middle. Lost the pigskin. Or did he? It's Ohio State ball. The Buckeyes stripped it. Tovar holding it high over his head.
No fumbles by Minnesota, and that's really their first fumble.
Bryant wants to throw it. Gets rid of it. Intercepted inside the 5. An ill-advised throw by Bryant. The Buckeyes do have him pinned back inside the 5. Thompson jitterbugs to the 10-yard stride. 2nd and a little less than 5. Thompson barrels outside right tackle. 3rd down, a little less than 2. Thompson's got a big hole. He rips off yardage beyond the 25. 1st down. Thompson again. Outside right end, has a 1st down and then some. He's got 13 more. 2 receivers split to the wide side of the field. Thompson again shoots right up the gut for about 8 more in Ohio State territory now. Thompson tried to crack off right tackle, did so for maybe 2. pitch recovered by Rim.
Made to rim.
2nd and 18. This is Rim dashing down inside the 40, stretching it out to the 38. 3rd and 3. Big play for Minnesota. Quick look in is deflected. I believe it was Izakovic. Knocked this one out of bounds. Graham back for the Buckeyes. Herbal takes his time and just pooches this one down inside the 10. Minnesota covers it at the 2.
Jeff could have been heads up on that play. Perhaps Ohio State wouldn't have had the ball down and inside of their own goal, inside of their own 5-yard line.
Fry throwing from his end zone, out of bounds, intended for Beatty. And that's just about as hemmed in as you can be. 2nd down. Buckeyes try to run it this time and get 3 or 4 yards. 3rd down play. Buckeyes need about 7. Play action. Fry steps up in the pocket. 1st down to Snow.
Accomplished the objective of getting a 1st down, but Minnesota made it difficult for them to do it.
Fry's got Jeff Graham in the middle. Oh, and he's hog-tied and thrown down short of the 40.
Makes a big tackle.
Carlos Snow rambling to the 46er. And the play generated 9, 2nd and 1. Scotty Graham steps over one would-be tackler. Graham and Beatty are split to opposite sides of the field. Graham in motion now. Fry on a rollout. Shoots it right into Beatty's hands, who turns. And so Greg Beatty, 2nd catch of the year, gives Ohio State a 1st down. Snow charging to the 16 or 17. 2nd and 1. Dante Lee has entered along with Graham. Scotty Graham over right guard, rolled down. And here in this 2nd half, Carlos Snow is back in. It's Graham who gets the call. I don't know if he made it. His forward progress. The official said far enough. 1st down pass coming up. Open, Snow, touchdown. Hey, we've got a ball game, Paul. And he powers it through the uprights, and the lead for Minnesota is whittled to 13. 31-18 now. 1st round picks on that squad. We'll mention them in a moment. Gators at the 6 for Minnesota. He's got an avenue and he streaks across the 40. Knocked down at the 49.
Saving tackle.
Sure does. This is Thompson. Not much running room. Buckeyes slow the play down. We played 3 quarters here at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome in Minneapolis. Our score, Minnesota 31, Ohio State 18. We'll return with more Ohio State football in a moment. 2nd and 7 from the 48 of Ohio State. Schaffner, the quarterback, and he wants to throw. It's in and out of the hands of Clark. He can't get it. If they can stop the Gophers here on a 3rd and 7. It's a draw to Thompson. He's got a 1st down to the 41. Gopher bench, 1st and 10. Pitch sweep to the left. Thompson is knocked off his wheels back at the 46. Eric Eiselman is out. On 2nd and 15, Schaffner wants to throw under duress. Scampering out of the pocket inside the 45, down to about the 37. 3 plays ago, Gophers had a 3rd and 7 and picked it up. Schaffner to throw this time. Thomas after him. Can he get him? No. 1st down for Schaffner and more inside the 20. Has run the Gophers down the field on this series. Thompson stumbling to the 15. Gators in motion. Thompson again hopped over one Buckeye, then was met. Another 3rd and 7 play for Minnesota. And this time the Gophers do not get a 1st down, as 1 for 1 today. Kick will be spotted at about the 22. 32-yarder is good. Here's the kickoff coming up by Pipecorn. And he sails a screamer to Dante Lee at the 9. Let's see if he can get off a big return here. Lee angles to the sideline. He's got a long jaunt underway across the 50 into Minnesota territory. The Minnesota 46. Graham in motion. Fry throws that one down. 11-10 remaining, fourth quarter. This is Carlos Snow. Not much running room. Play clock winding down. Fry gets rid of it. Beatty's out there. He's got it inside the 30. Wrestled down at the 27. First and 10. Line of scrimmage to 27. Buckeyes threatening again. Play action. Fry gets rid of it. Screen left to Snow. He needs a block or two. Streaking down the sideline all the way. Touchdown. Carlos Snow got a block, and the Ohio State fans love it here at the Metrodome. Left of the center of the field. Flash two receivers to the right. One is Graham, who's in motion. Fry looks that way. Delivers on the money. The 2 points are good. Carlos Snow slips across the goal line to cut the lead to 34-26. The yard line. That's what they've got up their sleeve. Fair catch called by Minnesota, which seemed to be ready for it. That one was aided when Stasiak put a block on Stevens. Here's a sweep to the left by Thompson, who runs out of room. Metrodome silent at the moment. 2nd and 8 for Minnesota. Schaffner a sprint out, hooks up with Gators. Clark covers him. Drops him. Fry and the Buckeyes. And the Buckeyes thwart that running effort. A late fumble. Let's see what's ruled. Kick coming up to Graham at the 24. Looks for a crease. Lunges ahead to the 33. So you'd like to get a touchdown here in 3 or 4 minutes if you could, and hopes of getting the ball back. Snow dragged down at the 32. Fry to throw, looking at the sideline for Palmer, no good. 3rd down and 11, needed for a first down. From the shotgun this time. Minnesota is coming with a blitz. There's a loose ball. Let's see who's got it. Minnesota picks it. And has expanded that by about 5 more today. This is Rim. It's a hold against Minnesota.
Yards for the big swing touchdown.
On 1st and 20, this is Schaffner. Eludes Cook. Goes to the sideline, out of bounds. 2nd and 17 for Minnesota. Big play. Schaffner's in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 37. And that was a complete job by the Buckeye defense on that last play. 3rd and 17. Schaffner looking. He's got an end short of the 25. Here's the field goal try, 42 yards, and it is drifting toward the uprights and through. Carlos Snow is back deep, but he won't get a chance to get this one. It is scooped up by Harrison, who staggers back to the 32. Ohio State does have its full complement of 3 timeouts remaining. Gophers showing blitz. They're stunning. Fry's in trouble. Screens it to Snow. Behind a block or two. Goes out of bounds. 5 minutes, 2 seconds to go. 2nd and 2. Play action. Graham, neat catch at the 46. Graham in motion. Fry. Hooks up again. Beatty. Ooh, broke one tackle. Nearly. 4 minutes, 16 seconds to go. Fake to Carlos. Pitch in the right, flat open receiver inside the 20. That was a good observation, Paul. Goal to go from the 8. Fry throws it out in the left flat. Graham couldn't. Touchdowns would do it, of course. Play action. Fry with time. Touchdown. There is a marker down. Palmer 4 yards deep in the end zone. Turned and latched on, but it's against Ohio State. It's a hold. Good point, too, as Graham goes in motion to the wide side. Fry with some time for Graham, broken up and nearly picked off. 3:32 to go, fourth quarter. Buckeyes down by a touchdown, a two-point conversion, and a field goal. Minnesota leads by 11. Play action. Fry in the pocket, rifles to Graham. He gets to the 1. Ohio State at the 1, 4th and goal. The wide side of the field to the left. Two tight ends, Cook in the slot in motion. Fry has it, he keeps, he got over. Greg Fry kept it. As he went outside left tackle and sliced into Pater. He faked the dive to Scotty Graham, I believe, Paul. Tucked it away and got the 6-pointer. Two-point conversion try by the Buckeyes here. Fry looking to the wide side. He's got a man wide open, Jeff Graham. All by his lonesome, and this is a 37-34 thriller, which is going right down to the wire. Right around the 45 or 50. It's a blooper to the 32, fair catch.
Well, the Golden Gophers have to put the ball in play every 25 seconds or so.
It's Rim. Ohio State's got 2 timeouts remaining. Gators in motion. Little sprint draw action. Rim, not much room. 2 receivers are split right. It is a straight drop back. And a pass in the flat. And Tovar throws it for a loss as Rim. Well, back inside his 25. Gets the head-high snap. And it's an excellent kick. Graham retreats to his 20. And he got a return of 6 yards. Short pass to Carlos Snow. He's on the loose. Get out of bounds, Carlos. He does at the 45. Well, that was a nice 19-yard play on first down. Fry with time. Pretty good protection. Get rid of it. Great catch at the 36 of Minnesota. Stabline. Last 4 times, we've had outstanding football games.
And they all go down to the wire.
They sure do. Fry's in trouble. Looks. Look out. Down he goes.
It goes down.
Open receiver. Stabline again. No, it's Palmer who's down inside the 15. It's Jim Palmer. Stabline and Palmer come to the rescue here on this drive. 2 big catches by 88 and 85. Palmer's catch gives the Buckeyes a first down at the 14. Throwing to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Jeff Graham and Greg Fry hook up. And the Buckeyes have capped off a miraculous comeback at the Metrodome. Holy cow! The Buckeye fans love it. Good snap, good spot. Placement is perfect. Ohio State leads by 4. Minnesota must get a touchdown. And the Gopher fans are beside themselves. 51 seconds to go. Keep in mind, Minnesota's got a couple timeouts left. It's a high and very short kick. It's run back across the 35. And he's got to be turning on the inside. Schaffner looks to the left, has Strain, the tight end.
Well, not very good time management by the Minnesota Gopher offensive unit.
We're down to 25 seconds. Schaffner will run. He throws it in the flat. The Gopher player turns inbounds. He's still inbounds at 15 seconds. That has been shaken up today, but they're in on this series. Gators have split 7 yards to the right. Schaffner looks that way. Fires. It is caught at the 22. Timeout, Minnesota. What a springboard for the rest of the season this would be if the Buckeyes could hold on. 7 seconds to go. Minnesota. Schaffner looking, still looking. He goes to the end zone for Rim. He juggles, no good. Clock runs out. It's over. rim, tried to one-hand it in the corner of the end zone. Schaffner's pass was close, not close enough. And John Cooper's Buckeyes come away with a thrilling come-from-behind win over John Gutekunst's Gophers. Buckeyes win it. For Paul Warfield, Jack Kramer saying so long from the Metrodome. The Buckeyes with a miraculous rally turn back Minnesota 41-37.